What's going on, guys? So I've had, over this last little bit, I've done one thing. I decided to take Madden against NBA. It's a concept of the two most popular sports on TV. As you can see in the background, I got a couple TVs. I've been watching a ton of both these sports lately. And I came up with the idea, like, you can't really do this in Madden. It's not really something that is feasible nor possible on Madden. But on NBA, you can do a draft with whoever you want. So you can essentially import whoever you want to, like, and put them in the NBA draft. So if you sim through a full season, you can actually go and kind of see how it all gonna work. So what I decided to do today, I decided to take all of the best NFL players who would be good at basketball, well, the roster that I got decided to do that, and I'm gonna put them in an NBA draft, and we're gonna get to see who would get drafted first. I need all you guys to drop a like. Also, I gotta ask a favor. We are probably about 1,000 away or 500 away from 400K today. If you guys can help me hit it today, I would be so appreciative. God bless you guys. Let's go jump into it. I'm just gonna keep. Why even pause? I did a continuous shot cam the other day. And people loved it, so I was like, let's just continuous roll this. Just roll the tape. Draft lottery. Okay, this is like kind of interesting sometimes, but in general, it's really not that interesting. It's really not. It is quite painful to go through this. I'm just gonna go skip lottery. Let's just see who. Okay, so the Suns are first. Mavericks, Kings, Hawks, Knicks, Hornets, Magic, Grizzlies, Bulls, 76ers, Pistons, Bucks, Clippers, Jazz. We're the Raptors. Luckily for us, we don't even have a first round pick. This is why I chose them, because I just want to see who all the other teams picked. Literally, when it's going on, I'm gonna put my controller down and we're just gonna watch all the NBA players, or I'm gonna mess that up 30,000 times this game. And we're just gonna watch all the NFL players get drafted. So it's time to go in to the NBA draft. Literally, this is the coolest thing because it's completely filled with like NFL guys. There's every single NFL player that you can imagine on here. It's kind of weird whoever made it. I can't promise the ratings are realistic, but I can promise that we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna chill out, we're gonna rock out, and we're just gonna go and see what happens. So first overall pick in the NFL/NBA draft is going to, and then we're gonna sim a season too, just to see how they do. We're gonna do one season. I'm only doing one draft though, so prepare for that. First pick is Antonio Gates, #1 pick in the draft. Absolutely no surprise. He's probably like the most known for actually playing basketball. He's really known for it. He was quite tall. He was really good. He's an overall of 90. Yeah, don't look at the overalls. They're gonna throw you off. They're gonna like just, if you take this too seriously, if you start looking at the logistics of like the guy who made the roster, he actually probably should have all the depended on his overalls. No. Oh! Boston University selects Marcus Mariota. 7'7", 230. Okay, that is... Okay, this is the closest thing I had to a roster like this, but why is he 7'7", 230? Great question. I can't answer it. I can't. Ooh, this is awkward. Okay, please tell me everyone's not 7'7", 230. If they are, they would at least be even. Third pick, JJ Watt. I'm saying JJ or Rob Gronkowski. Odell Beckham Jr. Okay, they are realistic. 6'6", 200 pounds. Odell, that looks really sick. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you guys can't tell me that these cards don't look kind of sick. So whoever made this, you threw me off with the Mariota thing. Like, when I saw the Mariota thing, I was like, GG's in the chat. I was like, this is the worst. This dude had the weirdest stuff going on ever. Pick #4, I'm gonna say it's Gronk, maybe. I didn't really look. Des Bryant. Oh, wow, they switched to like the different thing because I was expecting like the big pop-up. Des Bryant goes pick #5, 6'2", 220, Oklahoma State. All of that is realistic. So whoever did this, they did their time, man. They did their thing. Rob Gronkowski goes to the New York Knicks. Pick #5. Very interesting. What should I talk about, man? I want to talk about all the picks, but then I also want to like just get like into some nice, peaceful Preston Dillon. Who are you? Preston took a wrong turn. Preston walked somewhere, and then he took a seriously wrong turn and ended up in the NBA draft with all the... JJ Watt, Oklahoma, 5'10", 3... Yo, why is JJ Watt 5'10"? Like, whoever did this has a really inaccurate representation of height. Larry Fitzgerald, Pittsburgh, 6'5". That's a good one. It actually looks like him. Like, he killed the faces. Faces are crazy realistic. Okay, how do I skip draft? Okay, Adrian Peterson goes pick #9. From Oklahoma. He's going to the Chicago Bulls. He is 145 pounds. Antonio Brown goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. That looks like Antonio Brown. This dude, like, he really needs to just hire me. Like, he can make my rosters, and what I'll do is I'll tell him how tall they were. There's been a trade. Oh, Rob Gronkowski to the Knicks for Noah. I didn't realize that trades could happen because in all the draft simulations I've done, there has been no trades. So I didn't really realize that thing. Sam Hickman from New York. Julian Edelman. Wow. Yo. That literally is Julian Edelman. Vladimir Stojic, that's not somebody. Cliff Overton, that's not anybody. Yo, are we out of players? Are we officially out of NFL players? I know we had a pretty, like, stacked at the beginning. I knew there was a lot of guys when I looked at the roster at the beginning. I don't know exactly how many he made. I think he made quite a few, though. Tyrone Carr, that is definitely not. I don't think that's an NBA player, or that's an NFL player. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times in my life. Could there be less trades, please? I'm trying to get through the draft. It'd be highly appreciated if we could get less trades. Christian Stanford, yeah, I think we're going to sim to the end of this. I think we are going to sim all the way to the end of the draft, and we're just going to see the result at the end to see if there was any other NFL players sticking around. Because the other part of the video is we're curious. You and me, we're both curious to see how these guys are going to do. We have the Suns, Antonio Gates, Mariota, Preston Dillon as we got going down here. Yeah, these guys, it ends after, like, so the first 15 picks were NFL players. Just forgive me, this video is not the most perfectly executed. I'm going to go sim until the regular season, and then as we simulate, I'm just going to talk. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that I want to tell a story or something as we go. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so here we are. In the last video, I talked to you guys about the job that I got fired from twice. And today I want to talk to you guys about the stupidest thing I have ever done. Now, let me just explain to you, this is like, it might not be the most entertaining story, but this is by far when I think of dumbest things I've ever done. This is it. And I'm one of the only people that can say that they have ran into both of their family members' cars. Their mom and their dad's car. I have ran into both of them at separate times. Now, let me explain, okay? So, I'm 17 years old. I have a car, a little white car on the driveway. And in Canada, when it gets snowy out, like, and if you guys are new to the channel, I always tell stories about the simulations going on. Just because I hate sitting here just simming, and I like to tell you guys about my life. So at the back, there's always, like, it fogs up. It gets really, really frosty to the point where you really can't see anything. So it's really quite awful. Like, it's not a fun thing. So I was in a rush. I was late. And usually my mom, like, parks on the driveway. But I think we had, like, some, like, I don't know what the situation was or why. But she, for some reason, was parked directly behind me. Like, literally directly behind me. And I had no idea. So what I do is I get out of the vehicle. I hammer on the gas in reverse. It was a new car, by the way. And smack. I ran into her car without looking. So, that was awful. I walk in the house. I am a complete and total mess. At the time, I didn't have YouTube, so I didn't have much money. I'd been fired from 2 jobs. I wasn't rolling in it, okay? If I'm trying to explain to you guys, I was not rolling in the dough. So they had some mercy for me on that one. I paid for, like, most of it. But that's where it gets crazy. So my dad, he parks his car. And this is just me. Like, I don't know why my brain worked like this. Like, if you guys ever feel like you did something dumb, this is just me. So he parked at the end of the driveway. So he was a little bit overlapped once. And for some reason, genius, being me, decides I'm going to go in reverse. And I hit the corner of it. No joke, I hit the corner of it. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I just hit another car. So initially I go inside, I grab, so I don't know why. My first reaction was to go wash it. So like I took a cloth and I like washed it and I was like, okay, you can't really see it. You could definitely see it. So that one went on for like, that was like probably 3 weeks after I hit my mom's car. And so that one, and like these weren't like massive hits. One on my mom's car was definitely big. It cost me like, I think $600. The one on my dad did not cost me that much to fix. I still hit it nonetheless. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to see if he notices. And I probably should have just owned up to it. I know it was a bad decision. If you guys are ever in that situation, just own up to it. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if he notices it. Because if he doesn't notice, it really doesn't matter. Because it wasn't that noticeable. So all of a sudden he comes in one day. And he's like, there's a weird dent on the top right of my car. And I'm kind of sitting there on the couch. And I'm like this. I'm like, that's weird. And then he's like, it's kind of on the same side where you park your car, because I would park my car on the right side of the driveway. Eventually, I came clean like a couple seconds later. I was like, yo, I hit your car too. Paid for that, and that was all to spend the month. So I am one of the few people on this planet, and I'm proud to say it, who have hit their mom and their dad's car on the driveway. By far, 2 of the dumbest things I've ever done, though. Like, it was just next level stupid. Like, and you don't know defeated until you've hit your, like, a family member's car. Like, you don't know defeated until you just, like, in one little snap, you know you're gonna have to spend like $600 to replace it. It's not fun. We're gonna get into this though. Sorry, I just felt like I had to talk about something. I like telling you guys stories. There's a lot of things that happen in my life, and I sometimes feel like you guys just know me as that guy who simulates dumb stuff, and I want you to know me more on a personal level. Like, that's what the goal of the channel is I want you guys to know me as a personal guy, as Brett, not just TDBarrett. I want you guys to know me as Brett, like my friends do. Okay, end of the season. LeBron James, Rookie of the Year, boom. Odell Beckham Jr., baby. Odell Beckham Jr. is the Rookie of the Year, Buddy Hield. Okay, whoa. Antonio Gates got something prestigious. He got something prestigious. The best way to look at this would actually be, if you look at the All-Star, the Eastern, the All-Rookie team. The Elites, or, dang it, trying to think what the best way to see these stats. I think it might just be a rookie report. Okay, rookie report. Odell Beckham Jr. was the top scorer. Dylan, Mariota, and Hickman all got hurt. Dez Bryant was the second. Antonio Gates had 15.4. He had 11.3 rebounds, though. Antonio Brown, AP, Julian Edelman, oh, man, J.J. Watt. So let's just look at all these stats in general. Odell had the most. Offensive rebounds was him. Antonio Gates had the most rebounds. Assists was Odell. Steals was AP. Blocks was Larry Fitzgerald. Turnovers was Odell. Field goal percentage was Mariota and Edelman. I don't know why Mariota's 7'7". That is so beyond me. Let's go ahead and send the playoffs. This was just a quick, kind of interesting video. You might have liked it. Remember to hit subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. This is just the random stuff that you get from me and nobody else, because I'm a weird dude. Let's see who gets. I don't know who was on these teams. Oh, sorry, I just fell asleep. If Cleveland and Golden State win one more championship, I'm going to lose my mind.